morning, everyone. We are again in Paros, Greece, in the studio. It has been the windiest 4 days of filming, so you could probably hear like a hurricane behind me, but nevertheless, we will do yoga. Today, we're going to go through a Baron Baptiste inspired sequence. I was living in New Zealand for about a year before I started to travel across Europe, and it was one of the best years of my life. I really enjoyed living in Christchurch, New Zealand, and I was working at a studio called Apollo Power Yoga. So we taught Baron Baptiste Yoga there, and if you're not familiar with Baron Baptiste, it's a very strong practice. So today, it will be a more advanced level practice, and just in the fact that it's a little bit higher energy and quickly paced. All the positions you will find in a regular Hatha Vinyasa flow class. There might be a couple of inversions that you might be new to, but other than that, accept the challenge, try it out, see if you like it. And it's definitely a very rajasic, a very energizing practice to revitalize the body and to just give you ample amounts of energy. Also, if you ever happen to be in Christchurch, New Zealand, go check out Apollo Power Yoga and go hug all of my friends there. I miss them, James and Will and Rachel. We have some new teachers as well, and the owners Hamish and Margot are absolutely amazing. Yeah, and there's some new teachers too on the schedule that would be exciting to take some of their classes. So check them out. All right, we're going to start on our backs this morning. So go ahead and start in Supta Baddha Konasana and stretch the arms up overhead. So just relaxing in here for the first couple of breaths, falling into the body and beginning to cultivate that deep Ujjayi breath. So equal inhales and exhales through the nostrils. Begin to pull knees into your chest. Take a nice tight squeeze, opposite elbows. And you can rock from left to right here, just massaging the spine. And then extend both legs up towards the ceiling, arms alongside the body, bringing the shoulder blades off the mat. Toes together, heels out. Inhale here. Exhale, lower 30 degrees. Lower another 30, really plug the lower back down. Lower to a hover, looking at the toes. And come all the way back up. Full breath in. Full sigh out. Heels together, toes out. Arms alongside the body, lower the legs 30 degrees. Lower another 30. Lower to a hover. Rise all the way up. Breathe here. Arms alongside the body, reaching forward, shoulder blades off the mat, feet where they are. Lower 30 degrees with the legs. Lower another 30. Lower to a hover for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees into the chest. Breathe here. Send the legs straight up once again. Pull shoulder blades off the mat as you reach up towards the feet. Reach the left hand to the outside of the right foot. Come through center, right hand to the outside of the left foot. Keep moving through center, keeping shoulder blades off the mat. You can lower the legs just a bit for it to be a little bit more challenging, and keep moving back and forth with your own breath. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Knees into the chest, breathe. Take a hold of the back of the thighs. Rock and roll up the length of your mats. Take about 5 rocks here to massage the spine. And on the 5th rock, you'll come up to a seat, sitting nice and cross-legged, sitting up tall. Shut the eyes down. And just let the right ear drop to the right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to left shoulder, over to the right shoulder and down. Keep moving in nice slow circles, waking into the neck. Reverse the circle. Move in the opposite direction. And come back up to a neutral spine. Bring the hands forward onto the mat. Come back tabletop. As you come into tabletop, let the belly drop down, look forward and up. On an exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, spine rounds. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, spine rounds. Keep moving through this cat and cow pose on your own breath. Two more breath cycles. Come back to a neutral spine. Tuck the toes under. Press back to downward facing dog. Spread the fingers nice and wide, except for the thumbs coming in just a bit here to keep the wrists nice and under stretched. The feet can be closer together, but the toes don't have to be touching. Strengthen the palms, shoulder blades moving down the back. Create that strong V-shaped foundation. And then slowly walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale, roll all the way up to standing, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Micro bend in the knees. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, roll and reach up. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, roll and reach. Take a hold of the left wrist, pull to the right, hips to the left. Look towards the left and up. Come back through center, take a hold of the right wrist, hips to the right, hands to the left. Look towards the right and up. Back through center, exhale, bow forward. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, plank position. Plant the hands, step back. Full breath in. Full breath out. Breath in. Exhale, come down halfway. Chaturanga, elbows in by the ribs. Inhale, forward. Upward facing dog to the tops of the feet, thighs off the mat. Exhale, pull the hips back and up, downward facing dog. So moving through our sun salutations A, we'll go through a couple more of these at a quicker breath. Inhale, bend into the knees. Exhale, float forward. Inhale, rise to standing, reach up and back. Exhale, bow down. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, hop back, chaturanga. Inhale upward. Exhale, downward. Full breath in. Full sigh out. Inhale, bend into the knees. Exhale, float forward. Inhale, rise to standing. Bow down on exhale. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhale, bend into the knees. Exhale, float. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow. Inhale, half. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Breathe here, 5 full breaths. So if ever you need to when we're moving through vinyasas, you can always skip vinyasas, come down to child's pose, or you can also take knees, chest, chin option, or walk back when we do hop backs for chaturanga. But I'll teach the amplifications today. If you need to modify or move at your own pace, do. There's no need to rush your body if it's not feeling right today. Inhale, bend into the knees. Exhale, float forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees deeply, reach the arms forward and up for Utkatasana, chair pose. So sinking in deep, tuck the tailbone under, shoulder blades moving down the back. Full breath in. Exhale to the earth. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale the right leg up behind you. Press right heel towards the ceiling, left heel down. Bend the right knee, stack the right hip open over the left. Pull the right foot through to the front of the mat, set it down, left heel down for warrior one. Reach up, Virabhadrasana 1. Make sure that the hips are square, so if you need to touch the hips to make sure that they're square, do so. And then reach up with the arms. Deep bend in the right knee. Nice and open across the chest, full breath in. Exhale to the earth, low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, left leg lifts, press left heel to ceiling, right heel down. Bend the left knee, stack the left hip open over the right. Step the left foot through, right heel down, warrior one, reach up. Deep breath in. Exhale to the earth, low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, bend into the knees. Exhale, float forward. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Bend at the knees, sink for one breath, chair pose. Exhale to the earth. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, right foot forward, left heel down, reach up, warrior one, one breath. Exhale to the earth, low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel down, reach up, one breath. Low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Full breath in. Full sigh out. Inhale, bend into the knees. Exhale, float forward. Inhale, half. Exhale, full. Sink the hips, bend the knees, rise, one breath, chair. Bow forward. Inhale, half. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, right foot forward, left heel down, reach up. Low plank. Inhale, forward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel down, warrior one. Low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Breathe here, 5 full breaths. So coming back into that natural breathing, that Ujjayi breath. Take a full breath in. Full sigh out. Inhale, bend into the knees. Exhale, float forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, full. Bend the knees, sink in, rise, chair pose. Stay here. Hands to heart center, twist to the right. Left elbow outside of the right knee. Nice and open across the chest, sink the hips, and knees are in line here. Stay in the twist, but begin to look at the left foot. Bring the left toes to the earth, then bring the toes off the earth, just floating the left foot a couple inches, and then shoot it to the back. Twisted low lunge here. You can open through the arms and expand, or you can just stay with hands at heart center. Slowly come up to standing in that twist, right arm traveling back, left arm forward, opening chest towards the right side of the room. Bring your right hand to the back of the left thigh, left arm stretching up and back. Open up, warrior two. Deep bend in the right knee. Looking out over the right middle finger, hips open towards the left side of the room. Flip the right palm, reverse your warrior. Right arm up and overhead, left hand to lower back, wrapping around to the inside of the right thigh. Come back to warrior two, side angle pose. Right hand down to the inside of the right foot, left arm stretching up and over towards the front of the room. You can use a block here at the right hand, or keep the right elbow on the right thigh. Take a bind here if you would like, left hand to lower back, Right hand wrapping underneath the right thigh, opening through the chest. Staying here in your side angle, or if Birds of Paradise is in your practice, bring the left foot forward to meet the right. Ground down through the left foot. Slowly peel the chest up, lengthen to standing, balancing on the left foot. Open the chest, open the right knee out to the right. Then extend the right leg out. If you're in Birds of Paradise, bend the right knee, come back down. Everyone meeting in side angle pose, so bringing the left foot back if you're in Birds. Hands to the earth, low plank. Inhale upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, bend into the knees. Exhale, float forward. Inhale up to chair pose, bend in the knees, sink into the hips. Hands to heart center, twist over towards the left. Right elbow outside of the left knee. Hands to heart center, open the chest to the left. Look down at the feet, come onto the right tiptoes, float the right foot, and then shoot it to the back. Low revolved lunge. Opening the arms up here, expanding open. And then slowly rise to standing in that twist. You can look back towards the left hand, sink in. Left hand to the lower right thigh, right arm stretching up and back. Opening up, warrior two. Set the right heel down nice and wide. Sink into the left knee. Opening chest towards the right side of the room. Flip the left palm, reverse your warrior. Left hand overhead, right hand wrapping around to the inside of the left thigh. You can look down towards the right ankle. Back to warrior two, side angle, left hand down to the inside of the left ankle. Right hand stretching up and forward. You can begin to look up. Find length through the right side as you deeply bend into the left knee. And again, you can modify by using a block at the left hand or bending the left elbow, placing it on top of the left thigh. Bind here if you did so on the other side. Right hand to lower back. Left hand wrapping underneath the left thigh. Open through the chest. A few breaths here. Stay here or just in your side angle without a bind, everyone. Or bring the right foot forward for those of you with Birds of Paradise. Open through the chest, come to standing on the right foot. Open at the top, straighten the left leg out towards the left. Full breath in. Birds of Paradise, slowly come down. Everyone else, stay where you are. Birds, bring your right foot back. Side angle, bound. Everyone, hands to earth, low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Come down onto the knees, nice and wide. Sit back on the heels, forehead to the earth. Child's pose. Inhale, roll forward, tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. And we begin to pick up the pace again. One breath movements. Inhale, bend into the knees. Exhale, float forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips, rise. One breath for chair. Exhale, bow. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, right foot forward, left heel down. Windmill up, warrior two. Flip the right palm. Reverse your warrior, right arm stretching up and back. Inhale, warrior two, side angle pose. Right hand down, left arm stretching up and forward. 2 breaths here though. Full breath in. Exhale to the earth, low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, left foot forward, right heel down, windmill up, warrior two. Flip the left palm, reverse. Inhale, warrior two. Side angle pose, left hand down, right arm stretching forward. Inhale. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, bend into the knees. Exhale, float. Inhale, half. Exhale, full. Bend into the knees, rise, chair. Exhale, bow. Inhale, half. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, rise for upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, right foot forward, left heel down, windmill up, warrior two. Reverse. Side angle. Low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, left foot forward, warrior two. Reverse. Side angle. Low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Inhale, bend into the knees. Exhale, float forward. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half. Exhale, fold. Bend in the knees, rise, chair pose. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, half. Exhale, low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Right foot forward, left heel down, warrior two. Reverse. Side angle. Low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Left foot forward, right heel down, warrior two. Reverse. Side angle. Low plank. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Breathe here. Staying in downward facing dog for 5 full breaths. Slowly walk the feet to meet the hands and take the feet wider than the hands for Malasana. So slowly sink the hips, but parallel with the earth here. So we're not dumping all the way down, we're keeping them nice and high, building strength through the entirety of the feet. And the legs come to heart center with the hands. You can use the elbows to press the knees open. Just a couple more breaths here. Keep the hips up nice and high. And then drop them down low, Malasana. Breathe here. So feeling that fire in the legs, you could just rock from side to side here. Bring hands to the earth. Bring the hips up nice and high and walk the feet directly behind the wrists. Wrists are about shoulder distance apart. Press firmly into the palms. Bend the knees into the armpits or to the back of the triceps. We're coming into Bakasana, crow pose. Bring the weight forward onto the triceps, bend the elbows. Maybe the left foot comes off the mat, maybe the right. Hug everything into center line here. Look forward and stay for 5 breaths. Last breath, inhale. Exhale, shoot back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, downward. Breathe here. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Side plank with the left hand planted, right hip on top of the left, right arm lifting. So right foot is on top of the left foot, hips are nice and high. And maybe take the right foot into the left thigh for tree pose variation and stretch the right arm forward towards the front of the room. Getting nice and open across the chest and maybe looking up. Stay with the tree pose in the legs. Come down to plank position. Lower to chaturanga. Inhale, come back, upward facing dog. Set the right foot down. And downward facing dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Keep the right hand planted as the left hip stacks on top of the right. Left arm stretching up. Tuck the left foot onto the right thigh, open across the chest, and sweep the left arm forward as you begin to look up. Come down to plank, low plank. Set the left foot back, upward facing, downward facing. Breathe here. Slowly walk the feet forward to meet the hands. Inhale, rise to standing, reach up. And sweep the right arm underneath the left as you sweep the right leg over the left leg. Eagle pose, Garudasana. Elbows in line with shoulders, belly in, tuck the tailbone down. Slowly unwind, reach up. Exhale, at the same time, left arm sweeps under as the left leg sweeps over the right. Sink in, eagle pose. Unwind, reach up. Right side once again, right arm stretching under, right leg sweeping over the left. Sink in. Slowly unwind. Send the right leg back behind you, arms alongside the body. Aeroplane pose. So right leg is lifted back behind you, pressing back through the right heel, hips are squared. Nice and open across the chest, look forward. Stretch the arms forward towards the front of the room. Really engage through the core. Slowly come up to standing. Sweep the left arm underneath the right, left leg over the right, eagle pose. Slowly unwind, aeroplane. Left leg is lifted back behind you, parallel with the mat, arms alongside the body, open chest. Stretch the arms forward towards the front of the room. Really ground down through the right leg as you square the left hip and raise the left heel. Come up to standing. Hands to heart center. Full breath in. Full sigh out. Hands to the hips, bend the right knee in towards the chest. Send the right leg back behind you, aeroplane, arms alongside the body. Hands come to heart center, have a block nearby. Begin to stack the right hip on top of the left. Bring the left hand down to the block or the earth. Right arm stretching up and open, Ardha Chandrasana, half moon. So maybe you don't need the block and you can float the left hand. Getting nice and open. Slowly come to standing, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center and to the hips. Bend the left knee into the chest, take a full breath in. Press the left foot back, arms alongside the body, aeroplane. Hands to heart center, open the left hip up towards the left rim. Maybe a hand down to the block, right hand to the block, left arm stretching up and open. Maybe you begin to balance, lift the right hand, opening up fully towards the left side of the room, balancing on that right leg, Ardha Chandrasana. Slowly come back up to standing, reach up. Hands to heart center. Hands to the hips, bend the right knee. Send the right leg back behind you once again. Aeroplane, arms alongside the body. Full breath in. Full breath out. Hands to heart center, opening up. Half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Bend the right knee back behind you. Take a hold of the right ankle with the right hand. Shavasana. Maybe the left hand floats. And slowly come up to standing. Reach up with the arms. Hands to heart center and then to the hips. Bend the left knee into the chest. Take a deep breath in. On exhale, press the left heel back, arms alongside the body. Inhale. Exhale. Hands to heart center, opening up half moon towards the left side of the room. Right hand down, left arm stretching up, left hip stacking on top of the right. Maybe bending the left knee, taking a hold of the left ankle. Shavasana. Keeping the chest open, keeping the left hip stacked on top of the right. And slowly come up to standing, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, fold. Send the right leg back behind you, right heel down as you straighten the left leg. Peel the chest up halfway, hands to hips, rise all the way up. Square the hips, so if you need to shorten the stance with the right foot, do so. Square hips, take a hold of opposite elbows at the lower back or reverse namaskar. Inhale here. Exhale, find a slight back bend. And then slowly begin to bow forward with the chest over the left shin and thigh. Staying with the bind or letting your hands come down to the earth. Forehead falls into the left shin more deeply with every exhale. If the hands are to the earth, turn the fingers back behind you and walk them back towards the right foot, folding in a little bit deeper. Slowly walk the hands forward. Keep the right hand down, left arm stretching up and open. So you can have your right hand to a block on the inside or outside of the left foot. Left arm stretching up, so we're evolving open. Look up towards the left hand. Hands to the earth, step back, low plank. Inhale upward. Exhale, downward. Step the right foot forward. Set the left heel down back behind you. Straighten through the right leg. Ardha. Inhale, come up halfway. Hands to the hips. Roll all the way up to standing. Reverse namaskar, taking a hold of opposite elbows. Find a slight back bend here. And then begin to bow forward on your exhale. Forehead to the right shin, bowing over the right thigh. Scissoring the inner thighs here, keeping the hips square. Maybe hands come to earth. Turn the fingers around, walk them towards the back of your mat, fold in. Inhale, come up halfway. Hand to a block or the earth. Left hand stays planted. Right arm stretches up and open. Look up towards the ceiling. Right hand to the earth. Remove the block. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward. Exhale, and downward. Come forward onto the knees. Standing on the knees, we come into Camel Pose. So the toes can be tucked or untucked. If you're very familiar with this posture, you might just want them flat on the earth. It makes it a little bit more challenging. If you need a little bit more help, keep the toes tucked under. You're going to press the pelvic floor forward as you open across the chest. Take the hands to press into the sacrum and lower back. So we're pushing the pelvic floor and hips forward. Inhale here. And exhale, slowly open the chest up towards the sky. Maybe the hands travel back towards the heels. Really press the chest through and open. And lastly, let the head drop back only if it's comfortable. You might choose to untuck the toes, opening up a little bit deeper. Ustrasana, Camel Pose. Slowly coming back up the way you came in, supporting the hips. Sitting back onto the heels, shutting the eyes down. Breathe. One more Camel Pose. Come to standing on the knees. Choose your variation. Toes tucked or untucked. Hands to the lower back. Push the pelvic floor forward. Inhale. And exhale, slowly press the hips forward, open to the chest, head comes back. Maybe hands come to the heels or stay at the lower back. And then let the head drop down if it's available. Slowly coming back up the way you came in. Setting the hips back on the heels. Hands to the earth. And let your weight come to the left side. Straighten the legs out in front of you. And then slowly come down to the back. Let the knees be bent here. Hands tracking alongside the body. Fingertips touching the heels. On an inhale, peel the hips up. Roll the shoulders beneath you, clasp the hands. Set to Bandhasana. Make sure the knees are in close. Let the glutes hang so you can use your fingers to poke the glutes. Notice if you're engaging. If so, let go as much as you can. Chin out of the chest. Slowly unbind, unroll, all the way to the earth. Full breath in, full sigh out. And we have 3 more back bends. So you choose here if you want to stay and set to Bandhasana, or if Ardha Chandrasana, wheel pose is in your practice. Bring the hands back by the shoulders, fingers tracking forward. And everyone, on inhale, wheel or bridge. If you're taking wheel, on inhale, come to the crown of your head first. And then press all the way up. On wheel, you want to press the chest through the shoulder girdle, hips up nice and high, and knees in close to each other. Same with bridge. And we'll stay here for 5 breaths. Slowly roll all the way down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Full breath in at the mat, everyone. Full sigh out, let go. Set to Bandhasana, bridge or wheel. Find which one you're going to come into. On inhale, rise up. And we stay for 5 breaths. So maybe you want to take a little bit of a fun variation with the legs and lift the left leg here. You can do this in set to Bandhasana or wheel. 2 more breaths. Slowly lower all the way down. Full breath in. Full sigh out. And again, wheel or bridge. Slowly coming up. If you took a leg up on the other side, take the right leg up this time. Straight towards the sky. And slowly lower, everyone. Come to the earth. Let the feet be mat width distance apart. Knees come in towards each other. Breathe. Take a hold of the back of the thighs. Take a couple of rocks up the length of the mat. And come into Navasana, boat pose. So balancing on the sit bones here, bend the knees at 90 degrees, arms alongside the body. So a little bit of core here before we come to our backs. So breathe here. On an exhale, cross the ankles, press the palms in by the hips, swing through and lift.
Inhale, Navasana. Exhale, cross the ankles opposite, press palms in, lift the hips. Inhale, Navasana. Exhale, press and lift. Inhale, Navasana. Exhale, press. Last one, inhale. Exhale, press. Come down to a seat, breathe here. Bend the knees, plant the feet on the earth. Walk the hands back behind you just a bit and bring your right foot on top of the left thigh. Then walk the left foot in closer towards the groin, walk the hands closer towards the back. Opening here into the right hip. You can sway from left to right here just a little bit. You can walk a little bit closer, closing that space, feeling a little bit more ignition into the right hip. And then set the left foot down by the right glute, right knee on top of the left. Sitting up nice and tall here. And walking the hands forward, folding forward. There's a lot of space between the chest and your knees. You can always use a block for more assistance. And slowly come back up. Unravel the legs, place the feet down, hands back alongside the body. Left foot on top of the right thigh. Walk the hands closer towards the hips. Walk the right foot closer towards the groin. Only if there's space there for you. So finding that level that feels good for you and not pushing any further. So we work with tension, but not pain. So never pressing yourself into a painful position. You can rock from side to side here. Keep the chest nice and open, looking forward. Slowly bring the right foot by the left glute, left knee stacked on top of the right. Try to square them up as much as you can on top of each other. If that means the feet need to come out wider, that's okay. Inhale here. Exhale, bow forward over the knees. Use a block if you need to. Fold in. And try to keep both hips nice and square to the earth. Slowly begin to peel the chest back up. Let both legs go straight towards the front of the mat. Remove any extra flesh under the sit bones. On an inhale, reach up with the arms. On an exhale, bow forward. Fold in, and let every exhale take you deeper into the position. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the earth, plant them by the hips. Lift the hips up, place the feet down on the mat, reverse plank. Let the head drop back. If this is too difficult, you can always bend the knees, plant the feet for reverse tabletop. Lower the hips. And come all the way down to the earth. Inversion practice time now. So bend the knees into the chest. Use your hands at the back of the hips to lift the knees overhead. Bring your hands to the lower back, pressing in, and try to bring your elbows in. We're coming into shoulder stand. So we're supporting the hips, lifting the legs straight up towards the ceiling. Letting the blood and energy come back into the core. Chin out of the chest, and lift the weight out of the chest cavity. Bring the feet back behind you, plow pose. Tuck the toes under if you can, pressing the lower back behind you, or bringing the hands down to the earth in front of you, pressing palms in. Slowly rolling all the way back down, extend the arms. Let the glutes fall on top of the hands, coming into fish pose. Press the elbows into the earth, lift the chest, let the head drop back behind you. Slowly lower all the way down to the mat, arms alongside the body, bend the knees, plant the feet mat-width distance apart. And let your knees drop over towards the right side as you take your head to the left. Place the right foot on top of the left thigh, pulling it down to the earth. Coming back through center, both feet to the earth, let the knees drop to the left, head to the right. Come back through center. Pull both knees into the chest, nice tight squeeze. And then take a hold of the bottom of the feet, happy baby. Letting the knees go wide, pulling them down to the earth and keeping the sacrum planted. When you're ready, you'll let go of happy baby, take a nice tight squeeze of the knees, hug forehead to knees, really tight squeeze, and then fall out Shavasana. Deep breath in, deep sigh out. It's hard to stay focused sometimes when we practice yoga online. When we're listening to a video, it's easy to just pause and stop in Shavasana and you're just done with the practice. But do yourself a favor, when you come into these practice, come in with the intention of really allowing the body to fully welcome in the release and the peace that you've created throughout your practice. So staying in Shavasana for 5 to 7 minutes and just breathing, letting the body melt into the space, noticing the sensations and the body, and only aware of the sounds around them that bring in peace and introspection. So letting go of the lists, the expectations, the daily chores, leaving everything else outside of the mat. So pausing the video here, taking time to really be in Shavasana, and then meet back with us whenever you're ready to come out.
So thank you for joining me on the mat today for some Baron Baptiste inspired yoga. I hope you enjoyed it. Baron definitely has a very strong methodology. His practice is quite beautiful, and I'm very, very grateful to be able to teach it and share it with people around the world. Namaste. Hope to see you on your mat again soon.